Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. Today I'm going to be making a delicious blueberry orange bread. I'm so excited to bring this recipe to you today because this is one of our traditional recipes with blueberries, and here in Newfoundland and Labrador I'm using today some of our frozen blueberries because I don't have any fresh right now, and we're going to be infusing some oranges and the orange zest. So if this recipe interests you and you like to make a cup of tea, stick around and let's get started. Bonita's Kitchen. Yours. You got your cup of tea made now and you're ready to get started on this recipe. This is our frozen blueberries and they're so delicious. Here in Newfoundland and Labrador, of course, Raymond loves picking them, but he also loves eating them because, you know, I've talked about it in more videos.
I think, seriously, sitting on a rock picking the blueberries, perfect.
But eating them is even better, right? I'm going to be putting in there 2 cups of all-purpose white flour. You could use wheat and sift it in to the bowl. So after you've put in your sifted flour, all-purpose flour, toss in there a half a cup or a little less of sugar, a sugar of choice. We got a teaspoonful of sea salt. You could use table salt if you wish. I got a half a teaspoonful of baking soda and a teaspoon and a half, I'll double check that, teaspoon and a half of baking powder. So just toss that on into your mixture and just toss it around. That's all you need to do there. So that's half a teaspoonful of baking soda and a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. We got a quarter of a cup of butter or margarine and add it a little bit hard and then cut it into your flour. You can do that by your hand, use a pastry cutter, it doesn't matter, just till it gets a little crumbled, and I'll show you what that looks like. After you've mixed all that in through, like you said, cut in that butter, take it off, and you can see here, show you now, that the mixture, it's just got little lumps of butter in there. So that's good. Now I'm going to tell you what's next. So now I'm going to be cracking 1 egg, 1 large egg, toss into a bowl. And I'm going to be just mixing it lightly like this. I'm pouring that on into our mixture. And we're going to be pouring in there 3/4 of a cup of freshly squeezed orange juice or your store-bought, whichever you got. And just roughly put this through the flour and the mixture just until it's dampened. I'll show you that. So just until it looks something like this. You still might see a small amount of flour in the bottom. That's okay for now because that'll all mix through. We're going to be using about a tablespoonful of the orange zest and put it on in through. Mix it on in as much as you can, or you could eyeball it or just measure it yourself. And then right here is 1 cup of the frozen blueberries, and I'm going to toss in there about a teaspoonful of flour and just kind of toss it in through just to coat the blueberries, because this will stop it from falling all to the bottom of your bread and it'll stay all through. And I'm going to toss this on in with the mixture. And now you're just going to fold it all in through, trying not to burst your blueberries, of course, because then your mixture will be all blue. And I suppose that's okay too, because it is a blueberry orange bread, isn't it? So that's all you need to do there. Raymond was just saying it smells in here absolutely amazing. With this orange going around, it's so nice. Yeah. So what you would need now is a bread pan, and you're going to put a piece of parchment paper into there. If you don't want the piece of parchment paper, you can put in there just all it around, grease it around with some butter or some oil. That's what you need to do there. So what I'm going to do now is toss all of this delicious mixture into this pan and spread it out. I'm just going to get it all there now. I'm going to have a little bit of blue because my berries is frozen, and usually that's what'll happen, but I'm hoping that I'm not going to get too much blue through, because you want to see that orange of the orange juice that we put in there. You can see the color and the zest of that orange. So that's all you need to do. Just a rough spread like this. You don't need to flatten it or anything, just like that. So what you're going to do now is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to put this blueberry orange bread in the middle rack, and you're going to put on your timer for 45 minutes first to 1 hour. Check it at 45 minutes. If it comes out clean, it's baked, and it's all depending on your oven. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like when I pull it out. Our blueberry orange bread is baked. It smells amazing in here, and I can't wait to show you closer. Just look how delicious our blueberry orange bread is. Now what I'm going to do over here is make just a small amount of the orange butter spread to put over it, and it's about a tablespoonful of freshly squeezed orange juice, or just your orange juice from your bottle, and 2 tablespoonfuls of soft margarine or butter, and about 2 to 3 grates of the orange zest, and just put it on in there and mix it all together. And this will be spread over individual slices of this delicious bread, the blueberry orange bread. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's cut. So I'm just going to remove this one from the pan. And as you can see here, it's going to move this pan. It's a little hot still. And I'm just going to show you this a little closer. Just look, and I move my paper. You gotta let it cool. You gotta let it totally cool before you cut it or anything. But I'll show you one I already got cut in advance. Now I'm going to say this is half of our blueberry orange bread, because of course when we made it, we just couldn't stop eating it, and I know you're going to be the same. Now whatever size of a slice you want to cut, of course here for me and Raymond, no small slice going to happen because it's so good. And what you can do, let it come to total room temperature before you cut it, because you want it for it to cut really nice. Put some of that spread on there, or just have it like it is. You could rewarm it, just put it over, and look how tasty is that. And putting the flour over the blueberries keeps it within your bread and not all to the bottom. Now I'm going to have a taste of this. Get a cup of tea. Yum. I figured I'll pour up my cup of tea here first. And I hope you boiled your kettle and made yourself a cup of tea while you're watching this program today, because when you do that and make this bread, my gosh, you're going to be so excited. This is one that you'll keep making for a long time. I'm going to have a taste. Without even putting that orange spread on there, the taste and the texture of this delicious blueberry orange bread. I shouldn't be talking with my mouth full, but I can't help it. The bursting of blueberries in there, and you use the blueberries that's close to you from wherever you live, or just from the store. But if you certainly can get access to having fresh blueberries, this would be so good, so tasty. 2 thumbs up. I had to have a sip of my tea to wash that down. So good. I just can't have another taste. It is so good. I'll get you some, Raymond, in a moment.
I was waiting for you to say that.
We didn't share this loaf, so I'm just going to let you know. That's how good it is. This one here we will share. We're going to thankfully share it out with our neighbors and family members for sure, because they're going to love it. But for you guys, I can't wait for you to make it. I want for you to look. The recipe is going to be down and under this link, or you can send me a message on bonitaskitchen@gmail.com. Just a quick recap. Bake our blueberry orange bread at 45 minutes to 1 hour till pick clean, and then when you go to cut it, wait until it comes to room temperature. Unless you're like us and you can't wait, just cut it and that's it. Have yourself a nice hot cup of tea. And again, if you need this recipe and you can't find it here on our channel, visit our website, www.bonitaskitchen.com. We want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by here today. We know your time is precious and we're not going to take another minute of it. So on behalf of myself, Raymond, and our team here at Bonita's Kitchen, and from our kitchen to yours, you have a wonderful day.
Join us by the sea, a journey in culinary, always an open door. Bonita's Kitchen to yours. Bonita's Kitchen.